Goodwill International is the umbrella organization for all the other Goodwills across the country. Based on their 2020 990, they brought in $77,145,000. Total revenue, 77 mil. They gave out 28.9 million in grants, and what that means is that 28.9 million they gave out to all the other Goodwills across the country. Grants. In Schedule I of the 990, they list all of the Goodwills that they have given money to and their amounts. So let's check them out. Here's the long list, and I'm gonna pick one that they have given the most money to. Goodwill of Indiana. They've given 2.6 million. Now let's look at Goodwill of Indiana's 990, because yes, they have to file one as well. Here's their 990 from 2020. Total revenue, 118 million. They gave out 231,000 in grants. On salaries, they spent 71 million. The president and CEO of Goodwill in Indiana makes $506,000. That's his total. So 48% of every dollar that's donated to the Indiana Goodwill goes to salaries. To recap, Goodwill International is the umbrella organization. They brought in 77 million last year. They filed their own tax returns. They have their own board. They spent 9 million on compensation and salaries. Then each region, and I just picked Indiana because that was the largest amount that Goodwill International gave them at around $2 million, they file their own tax return. And that tax return, they brought in, this is Indiana, 118 million. You know how like on the highways, you have the spaghetti junction with all the interstates and you're like, you don't know what's what? It's very similar to reading these tax returns. It's just moving stuff around. I also want to point out something interesting about labor. This is a lot to read. It's justifying their grant expenditure. I'm going to read one little section. They received $21 million from the Department of Labor for the Senior Community Service Employment Program, which promotes individual economic self-sufficiency by providing program participants who are 55 years and older with training opportunities in community service. What does training in community service mean? Because I looked up what community service meant, and it's volunteering. And they have several of those in that, so.